So good afternoon, Facebook Live. I'm going to make this one kind of short. So if you don't catch this right now, you can catch it later. Here's the thing about it. I said in the title that hate has never overcome hate. And you can't build a kingdom based on ego. No lasting kingdom can never be built on ego. You see, lately my mind has been flooded. My heart has been overwhelmed by seeing different ideas posted. Now, most of these things are supposed to be uplifting to other people, where you see people who are trying to uplift a group, but you can't uplift that group by hating on the next group. See, you can't be, if you're in an oppressed state and you want to overwhelm the oppressor, well, let me tell you something. You can't do that by hating the other person or by trying to make yourself superior over the other group. You know, a lot of people today are looking at the black man and saying that they come from kings and queens, and they're talking about the melanin in the skin. And although melanin has its benefits, one benefit it does not have is making you greater than the next man standing next to you. See, the hardest question out there is that you claim that you have a religion, a belief system, and that religion and belief system is based on love and brotherly love. But how can you have a brotherly love if you are telling yourself and others that you're greater than the man next to you, regardless of their color, regardless of how much melanin they have? They are created by the all just as much as you are. Therefore, they have a divinity within them just as much as you do. So who are you or anyone else to think that just because they may have oppressed you in the past, that in order for you to establish a kingdom, you must now oppress them? You must now say to yourself that I am greater than you because I am dark of melanin and you're light of melanin? All you're doing now is taking the same rules, the same ideas of those that oppressed in the past and standing on that as a reason to oppress people in the future. Somebody posted recently that, and they attributed to Gaddafi, that he said that the black man will rise up and rule the world again. But if the black man rise up and rule the world, but they do it on a stand of oppressing other people because they're different than them, simply based on skin tone, then what good is that rule? That rule has no purpose. That rule is less than. That rule will die out of itself because that rule is based on being greater than somebody else. And anytime that you gotta make yourself greater by standing on somebody else, then you have already doomed yourself to failure. You are already looking at failure in the eye, because you will fail. Your kingdom will not last. And although I'm talking about this on a large scale, even on a small scale, if you're running a company, and the ability of your company to succeed is based on you standing on the necks and the backs of other people, of other companies, of your competition or your employees, then you will eventually fail. You may not fail initially. You may hit some levels of financial success that most people will aspire to, but if you are standing on the necks of other companies and people, employees, then eventually your business will fail. If you're doing this inside your household, if you're a husband who has to stand on the neck of his wife, if you're a wife that stands on the necks of your husband, or you're standing on the backs of your children, then eventually your hatred, your anger, your ego superiority will fail. This is another reason why we can't get along in this world, because our ego about our religion fails. The moment that you put God in a box, in a religion, in a name, he no longer becomes God. At that point, you have taken away the omnipresence, the omnipotence of a God. Because if God, the creator, is unfathomable, then how can you fathom him in this small box of a religion and then stand on it, call it love, but yet hate everyone else around you? Cause discontent with everyone else around you. Fight wars with everyone else around you when you claim that you follow something that is love. Now, for me, I don't care what you believe as far as your religion. You can believe whatever you want to believe. Believe whatever you want to believe. My only thing is follow what you believe. I'll do a whole nother video, a whole nother talk about that. Go in more detail. But if you're going to claim a belief, then follow that belief. Stand with that belief. But actually do what that belief says. If you're Jewish, Christian, Muslim, Buddhist, Tao, Hindu, you are supposed to love God, love yourself, love your neighbor, take care of the widows and the orphans, purge your mind of evil daily and renew yourself of goodness daily. Try to focus on doing good and being good. But if you are not doing that, then you are not walking the path of the religion that you claim. You are then being an egocentric person who has to believe that your dominance is what makes your religion true and great. And if that's the stance that you have to take, then you are so far outside of what you claim that you believe in. So what's the purpose of this? The purpose is for you to understand that in order for this world to change, you must change first. In order for us to move to a higher level of consciousness so that people are taken care of, so that people have what they need, not what they want, but what they need, is that we have to stop utilizing hate to try to overcome another person's hate, using hate to overcome another group's hate, using hate to overcome another country's hate, and unfortunately within the family unit, using hate to overcome the hate that's in the family. Love is truly the answer, as Bob Marley says. But in order to do that, we must show it within ourselves, dig deep within ourselves, and bring that love, that divine love inside ourselves, and bring it out. We accomplish that. We accomplish what the all put us here for. We accomplish opening up and taking hold of our divine Godhead. You know, in the Brahma religion, it said that the Godhead of man was hidden deep within himself because it's the last place that man will look to find his Godhead, is inside himself. When you bring that within you to the outside, to the surface, then we can start to be a community of people, of divinely spirited beings that is here to accomplish the task of a beautiful life of heaven on earth. But as long as we fight as to whose God is greater, as long as we fight as to who's greater based on skin tone, as long as we fight over I'm greater because I'm male or I'm female or I'm American and I'm Russian, as long as we use these things to separate us, we will forever find ourselves falling short of the divine spirit that we have within us. So y'all have a great day. Remember, your greatness is non-negotiable. But in order for that greatness to come out, you must dwell inside your divine spirit. Purge your mind daily. Live your life as great as you can. Know that you are truly, truly blessed just to be a part of the creation of the all. Y'all have a great day. My greatness is non-negotiable, and so is yours.